Mark Zuckerberg could be the latest California billionaire to land in Florida. The Wall Street Journal reporting the Meta CEO bought a waterfront mansion in the Sunshine State and plans to move by April. Zuckerberg is among the latest of the ultra-wealthy fleeing California as state lawmakers threaten a massive wealth tax. And Florida real estate agents are telling the Journal they've been working nonstop, showing properties to Californians since the new tax was proposed. So I picked this story for you, Jackie, because it's Mark Zuckerberg, and he's moving to Florida. He's just...
Well, he's a Republican now.
That's right. See, should Florida just be embraced? Do you think this means the whole Meta, conglomeration is going to shift its center of gravity down to Florida? Is that what this means? Is this a business move out of California?
I don't know, but the hypocrite himself wants to take advantage of the opportunities in Florida, so he is going there. You know how I feel about him. He went as left and far left as the left go, and then all of a sudden he did an about-face. Now, some people think that's genuine. I personally don't, but that is my humble opinion. I'm not surprised by this at all, but I think that, all eyes, for example, are on this trial right now. What did Meta know? What did Mark Zuckerberg know with respect to children, problems that were occurring on their application, content that was on there that spurred issues for people that are, devastating. So I'm curious to see what happens with him, but I'm not surprised at all to see him trying to work the system.
His new neighbors, Dagan, in...
You don't need to tell. I know who they are.
Tell us who they are.
Bezos and his wife.
That's
Carl
right.
Icahn.
Yes, sir.
Ivanka and Jared live on that island. Tom Brady.
That I do not know.
Yep.
Tom Brady does.
Tom Brady does. He got the house when he busted up with Giselle.
And now Zuckerberg. So a nice neighborhood, a good barbecue in the neighborhood, potentially.
If I had the money, I would not buy on that island. It's just bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
It's just a enclave in and of itself. It's very fancy. Go look at it on Google Satellite. You have to be potentially, depends on the way this law is written, you had to be out of California, I think, before January 1.
Oh, to miss the tax.
It's retroactive,
right, it's
which
retroactive.
is wild.
Potentially.
I don't think it's going to be enforceable.
We can talk about legality.
Okay, but Zuckerberg and his ilk, like a Bezos, they have so much money that they have homes everywhere.
Yeah.
They have assets, like hard assets, real estate and properties everywhere. So he's buying this thing.
Can I just say one thing? I also think he's just keeping up with the Joneses, given the list of other inhabitants of the island that you mentioned. There's part of me that thinks he just wants to be there because Bezos and who are there, and Tom Brady and the Kushners and...
Yeah.
I hope they actually really move. Because I'm going to sound like you, suck them dry.
Yeah, this is the most interesting thing for me, though. I didn't think there was
dry.
anyone that disliked Mark Zuckerberg more than me, but I met
Jackie.
yeah.
I'm up
So
there.
I've never been a fan of him, but here's the interesting thing. Him and his wife have pledged all their wealth to give it to charity, right? 90%. Think about what they're saying now. We're going to leave California because we don't want to give the money to the state government.
I think that's how bad the government is.
That's how bad it is. So this is, by my count, the 7th billionaire that has left California, accounting for upwards of $800 to $900 billion worth of wealth. Total billionaires in California is about 180 to 190 with 1.3 trillion. So there is a mass exodus. We told you this was going to happen. All of us said this when this first came about. One leaves and the second, and then it's a death spiral to the bottom.
They all want to be socially left of center until the left comes after their bank account. Then all of a sudden we're talking about, and that pendulum has swung so far. They want so much of your bank account that even these guys are bucking it.
So it's let the working man and woman who got left behind, who they paid, funded the campaigns of these Democrats and these left-wing politicians, got them elected, and then they leave the working man and woman in the dust to eat the cake.
Yeah.
Right.
When they
to hopefully
hit the road.
revote and revote to the right.
Yeah. Till Gavin Newsom puts a national wealth tax.
Maybe they can get a fun little book club going in the neighborhood.